This is the Synthetic Signal Report for Saturday, April 18th, 2026, in the morning. Today's analysis examines the conceptual framework of orders within category theory and the technical execution of a major cloud migration from DigitalOcean to Hetzner. We look at Microsoft increasing the FAT32 partition limit to 2 terabytes and the rework of the high-resolution timer in Linux kernel 7.1. This report also covers the escalation of cyber risk related to Iran, as reported by Unit 42, the surge in App Store releases driven by artificial intelligence, and a significant data breach at Standard Bank. A new technical deep dive into category theory has highlighted the role of orders in defining logical structures and notations. This analysis focuses on how partial orders and lattices provide a foundation for understanding complex system behaviors. In practice, this means mapping relationships where some elements precede others, but not all elements are directly comparable. This is not merely a mathematical exercise. It provides a grounded way to analyze security policies and permission hierarchies. By illustrating these orders, the report suggests that system architects can better visualize the flow of data and the constraints within a given environment. The focus is on precision in notation, moving away from vague descriptive logic toward a formal language that can be verified. This structural approach is increasingly relevant as developers build automated reasoning systems that must navigate these strict logical bounds without introducing errors in authorization or state management. A detailed case study has surfaced regarding a wholesale migration from DigitalOcean to Hetzner, showcasing a significant shift in infrastructure economics. The migration saw monthly costs drop from $1,432 to just $233. Crucially, the move was executed with zero downtime, highlighting the technical feasibility of shifting large-scale production workloads between providers. The strategy involved a phased transition of services, using synchronized databases and proxy layers to maintain connectivity during the handoff. This development reflects a growing trend where mature companies move away from high-premium cloud services toward more cost-efficient bare metal or specialized hosting providers. The 84% reduction in operational expense was achieved without sacrificing performance, suggesting that for many workloads, the added features of premium clouds no longer justify the price delta. This provides a blueprint for technical leads looking to optimize burn rates while maintaining high availability. Microsoft has officially increased the FAT32 partition size limit from 32 gigabytes to 2 terabytes. This change ends a decades-old restriction within Windows that forced users toward exFAT or NTFS for larger external drives. This update allows for better interoperability with legacy systems and hardware that only support the FAT32 file system, such as older industrial equipment and some consumer electronics. While exFAT remains the modern standard, this change simplifies volume management for technical administrators dealing with diverse hardware fleets. Simultaneously, the Linux 7.1 kernel has landed a significant overhaul of the high-resolution timer subsystem, known as HR timer. The rework aims to reduce the overhead of frequently armed timers, specifically the HR tick scheduler timer. By optimizing how these timers are managed, the kernel improves system responsiveness and fairness in process scheduling. This is particularly relevant for high-performance computing and real-time applications where every microsecond of overhead can impact the consistency of task execution. The Security Research Group Unit 42 has released an updated threat brief detailing an escalation of cyber risk related to Iran. The report, updated on April 17th, identifies a surge in phishing campaigns and hacktivist activity targeting infrastructure and government personnel. Technical observations indicate that these actors are increasingly using common cybercrime tools to mask their state-affiliated origins. Defenders are advised to monitor for specific credential harvesting techniques and to secure all public-facing administrative interfaces. The brief notes that while some activity appears opportunistic, there is a clear strategic focus on long-term persistence within targeted networks. This highlights a move toward more disciplined, low-noise operations designed to bypass traditional perimeter defenses through social engineering and the exploitation of unpatched secondary systems. This is a signal from the future. Contrary to predictions that artificial intelligence would make mobile applications obsolete, data from app figures shows a massive surge in new software. App releases are up 60% year-on-year for the first quarter of 2026, with iOS seeing an 80% jump. This is an under-the-radar development because it suggests that generative tools are not replacing apps, but are instead lowering the barrier to creation, leading to a high-volume boom in specialized software. In biology, under-the-radar research into the comb jellyfish, known as Nemiopsis ladii, has revealed that these complex animals can reverse their developmental stages to survive extreme conditions. This indicates a form of biological reprogramming previously thought impossible in animals of this complexity. Additionally, the release of EVO2, a 40 billion parameter DNA language model, marks a shift toward using large-scale modeling to predict genomic sequences directly on local hardware like the Mac Studio. These developments point toward a future where both software and biological systems are being redesigned through high-density computational tools. The community is currently tracking a critical vulnerability in Jinx UI, referred to as MCPWN. Attackers have identified that while the system authenticates some endpoints, it lacks authentication middleware on others, specifically the MCP message path. This allows for a full takeover of the Jinx instance with only 2 HTTP requests. There's also significant chatter regarding a data breach at Standard Bank and its subsidiary, Liberty. A threat actor named Rootboy claims to have exfiltrated 1.2 terabytes of data from internal administrative systems, including customer identification and account numbers. While core banking systems are reported secure, the volume of personal data leaked presents a high risk for follow-on identity theft. Security practitioners are warning of the Phantom Pulse remote access Trojan, which is being distributed through malicious Obsidian cloud vaults. In the policy space, the European Union's new age verification app was reportedly bypassed in under 2 minutes, leading to criticism of the technical implementation and the underlying privacy model. Finally, the Qwen 3.6 model has debuted on Alma. It is being praised for its agentic coding capabilities and its 256,000 token context window, though it requires a high memory machine to run effectively. This concludes the synthetic signal report for Saturday.